Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be covering the DNS in detail on tryhackme.com. I will not be playing this video, so if you'd like to watch the video, you can go to the website and check it out. But basically we're going to be talking about the DNS, how it works, basically how it helps you access the internet. So to start, your DNS is basically going to be, if you look at here, tryhackme.com, it's going to be like that for every website. So google.com, tesla.com, whatever the website is, that isn't actually an IP address of like that website, but the DNS is what converts that IP address, so those numbers, into words, which is easier for us to remember. Let's go to google.com instead of 8.8.8.8, or let's go to tesla.com, which is another IP address that I don't even know, but it's easier to remember words than it is numbers to visit these websites, and that's basically what the DNS does. So to start out, what is DNS? Domain Name System provides a simple way for us to communicate with devices on the internet without remembering complex numbers. There you go. So instead of remembering 104.26.10.229, you remember tryhackme.com. It's a heck of a lot easier than remembering numbers. Obviously, when it comes to a bunch of names, it's a lot easier to remember than remembering a bunch of numbers. So visiting Amazon, right, is going to be a lot easier than visiting whatever the IP address of Amazon is. It's going to be a heck of a lot easier. So that's basically what DNS is. So then we're going to move on to the domain hierarchy. So you have your root domain, which is your dot. You have your top level domains, which is your college websites, your .com, your government websites, your military websites. You have the second level domains, so your MIT, so that would be like your college, your other websites, TryHackMe, Google, your government, USA, NASA, and military, Army. So that kind of covers each of those. Top level domain is the right hand part of the domain name. For example, TryHackMe, the TLD is .com. Second level, taking TryHackMe.com is part of the TLD, and TryHackMe is the second level domain. The subdomain is going to be anything. So like for right here, you have admin.tryhackme.com, right? So there's another example, jupiter.servers.tryhackme.com. So it's going to be something before the domain name itself. So moving on to the questions, what is the maximum length of a subdomain? This is going to be 63. What is the following character cannot be used in a subdomain? So subdomains, and it talks about it right here. So you can only use A through Z, so alphabet and the numbers and hyphens. That's it. So the one you're not going to be able to use is the underscore, which is literally just right there anyway. We just click enter. What is the maximum length of a domain name? This is 253, I believe. Yeah, 253. Okay, and then what type of TLD is .co.uk? So this is obviously, it's going to be a country because we're talking about .uk. So right here, perfect example, is based in Canada for .ca. This is going to be based in the United Kingdom. There you go. So this is going to be your CC, I believe, CCTLD. Yeah, CCTLD. Boom. Awesome. So record types. Now we're going to move into a record is your IPv4. Your quadruple A is going to be your IPv6. Your CNAME is going to be your online shop, has their subdomain name of store.tryhackme.com, which returns a CNAME record of shops.shopify.com. So there you go. It's kind of your CNAME. Your MX, this is going to be doing with your email, I believe. This is kind of what I remember seeing a little bit of when you're analyzing like email headers and stuff like that. That's where I've seen it, at least in the past. So this is a perfect for if your main server goes down and email needs to be sent to a backup server. And then your text record, which is your free text fields where any text-based data can be stored. So what type of record can be used to send email? So like I just said, this is going to be your MX. And what type of IPv6? This is going to be your quadruple A. So making a request, this kind of shows the process. I'm not going to cover all of this, but basically, when you request a domain name, your computer first checks to see if it's local cache, to see if you previously looked up the email address recently. So if you're going to Amazon.com, have you been to Amazon.com recently, right? Or tryhackme.com. A recursive DNS is usually provided by your ISP, your internet service provider, but you can also choose your own, right? So then moving into step 3, the root servers act as the DNS backbone of the internet. The job is to redirect you to the correct top-level domain server. So if you're trying to reach tryhackme.com, it will recognize that as a top-level domain of .com and refer you to the correct TLD. The TLD server, moving on to 4, records are where you find authoritative servers to answer the DNS requests. So this is going to be the ones that know, it holds everything for you. And then, here, the authoritative DNS server. So like right there. It's responsible for storing the DNS records. Okay, there you go. So then from there, it's going to redirect you, and there you go to the cycle again. So what field specifies how long it can be used for? So how long it can be is going to be your, I can come with the TTL, time to live. There you go. So your TTL. What type of DNS server is usually provided by your ISP? This we talked about is recursive, right? So this has to do with your ISP. And then what type of server holds all of it? So obviously authoritative, there we go. But should be said right here, it's responsible for storing and holding. I mean, obviously authority, it's kind of self-explanatory. So visiting this website, what is a CNAME? So if we go to CNAME of shop, all right, because shop.website.thm, there we go. This is going to be shops.myshopify.com. Okay, that's going to be hopefully our answer. Yes. What is the value of the text record? So let's check out the text record. Okay, here we go. This is the text that is within that. What is numerical priority? So MX. There we go. So basically you're just going to run through these and see what it's spitting out. Alright, so here we got 30. And then what is the IP address? So this one we're going to just look up what is the A, obviously because this is your IPv4. So here we go, 10.10.10.10. Boom. There we go. Alright, cool. We did it. DNS in detail. Next, we're going to be moving on to the HTTP in detail. So talking about, actual HTTP. And then moving on to complete how the web works, and then through Linux, and then the Windows fundamentals to complete the pre-security module. So thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you guys on the next one. So where we're going to cover the HTTP in detail. So thank you for tuning in again, and I'll see you guys later.